For more on this, Luciano Zaccara joins me now from Doha. He is an associate professor of Gulf politics at Gulf Studies Center in Qatar University. Thank you very much for joining us on the News Hour. Now, clearly, hopes will have been dashed across Gaza at the news that Israel had rejected this truce proposal. So where does this process go from here?
Well, difficult to predict where is it going, but it is clear that Israel has no intention to negotiate anything. So regardless of what Biden is saying, that there is still hope, we don't see where the hope can come from, because Israel is very clear with the attacks in Rafah. It's demonstrating that they are not interested in paralyzing or stopping or even slowing down the military or intervention in Gaza. And on the other hand, it's showing something that I think is going to upset Israeli society, which is, it seems that he already decided that the hostages that they are still in Gaza can be sacrificed in the name of a bigger objective, which is destroy politically and physically Hamas, something that we already know is impossible to achieve.
Antony Blinken looked frustrated. He looked downbeat in that press conference, but he still offered a glimmer of optimism that dialogue can continue. How realistic do you think that is in the short term?
I don't think it's realistic at all. I'm moreover considering that every time that Blinken or Biden came to the Middle East and to talk to Netanyahu, they came with some ideas, they came with some proposals, and Netanyahu replied that it's not even following up with what they are suggesting. When they asked at the beginning of the war that the war should take weeks, and Netanyahu said, I'm going to take all the time I need, and so far we are reaching 4 months. So anything that the United States is saying is followed up by Israel. Israel has its own agenda, Netanyahu has its own agenda and objectives, and it seems that they don't care about any other state that could have any leverage on Israeli foreign policy. So honestly, I cannot see where Blinken's optimism is coming from.
You talked about the timing of this, and the timeline is stretching ever more forward. So how will this standoff and, of course, no break in fighting affect the wider region?
Well, I mean, if we see that the United States is replying any attack or any threat that is coming from different countries from the region, intervening in Syria, in Iraq, in the Red Sea, in Lebanon, it would be complicated to keep this situation. As far as the military operation in Gaza is not paralyzed, or at least slowed down, the reaction from other sectors would continue. Therefore, the Western countries, United States, UK, they will need to respond to any threat. They cannot allow any threat to menace the Red Sea or other interests in the region. So the risk for expansion is every day bigger than it was before. The only solution is at least a ceasefire, so other actors can also stop a little while. Otherwise, we are in a stalemate that we will never finish.
All right, Luciano Zaccara joining us live from Doha. Thank you for that insight.